Hi there, it's Em here with another random episode. I promised myself that today, on a day off, I'm going to actually take advantage of this day, get outside, enjoy the beautiful weather. This is weird, but even though it's morning time, I already made dinner, so I didn't like take up any daylight doing that part. So it was tempting to stay home and like just like work, maybe like practice painting and just listening to some like old mysteries or something like that. But I was like, no, this is a gorgeous time of year. It would be a crime to not actually do this. So I'm just gonna get myself ready to go, and then I'm gonna bring you along with me. So feel free to join me on this day. Yeah, that's all. And I think this may be a hair down day, actually, if it's cold outside. So feel free to join me. Come along. Okay, so I finally took proper advantage of this day. I'm out here at the park just enjoying this gorgeous, like, I don't know if you can see, but there are like some fall colors behind me and everything like that. I just, like I've said before in other videos, like I feel just naturally rejuvenated being out here. I don't know if you can see all the pretty colors. But yeah, I'm looking forward to I'm just trying to make sure to enjoy it and slow down, because something I do, like I'm so focused on walking, and right now I'm really trying to like get in steps, because normally if I don't make a point to actually go walk and get steps, I only get like maybe 2,000 steps in a day, which is a very small amount of walking, and far lower than what is like recommended. So I really have to make a point to do that and find a way to make it a natural part of my routine of my life. And so yeah, but now now I'm like focused. I'm like, okay, I need to get more steps in, but at the same time, like I don't want to get so caught up in getting steps that I forget to like just pause and just appreciate the beauty of outside. Yeah, check this view. I just love this time of day in the fall. I love this time of day in the fall, like when the sun like is just hitting just so. It's just a little different, you know, during this time. But right now I'm very dangerously situated. I don't know if you can see. Oh, by the way, check out my lovely shoes. I had been looking for the kind of shoe that would allow me to actually be able to go walking or kind of hiking. Like my version of hiking, which just means wandering on some type of path. I was looking for the right kind of shoe for that, and I found these, and at first when I saw them they were so ugly, but then I walked in them and now like these shoes are very appealing to me. And it's just funny because I find that true for many things. All right, I think I'm ready to walk again, but I just have to remind myself it's okay to stop and pause and just enjoy. Do you ever have a certain song in your head for different seasons? I know for me, I do, like a song that I have in my head usually during the fall, usually when I'm going to be outside. My song is Queen of Peace by Florence and the Machine. It's like, oh my gosh, that song is like, to me, one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard in my life. It just takes you to another time, another world. It can mean so many different things. I don't know what the heck she meant, or that they meant when they put together, but for my brain, I have my own happy interpretation. And that's the beauty of art, that you can interpret any way you want, and it works for you. That's cool. But yeah, this is the view. The sun just shining so perfectly through the trees. And yes, I am always this cheesy. Always. Like, this is how I view the world. Like, cheesily. Like, this is me. So, I was telling a friend about how I used to like walk and read, which I mean, it was very recently, like maybe last week. But the funny thing was I was walking this gorgeous park that I would often read and walk through. But the thing is, I was just in the habit, I was going there often and just reading and walking. But then I kid you not, like one time I was reading and I looked up and I realized that the park, the foliage because the fall, the foliage, like the everything had just changed and the colors were getting so bright and beautiful. But I was so caught up in reading and like trying to make sure that I got the reading part done that I completely missed out on the changing of the leaves and all that different stuff. Like I really wasn't paying attention. And so for me, it was like a little lesson. Sometimes, yeah, you're going to do two things at once. And because we can, that's great and all, but you're going to still lose in one way or the other. And in this case, in doing that, I was missing out on being able to really like look around me and observe the gorgeousness around me. And also just like for safety reasons though too, which is why I've kind of like changed my ways a little bit. So now I'm thinking I'm just going to do audiobooks if I really like want to hear a story while I'm walking. But really walking in silence is very good too. I find it's relaxing, especially when you do it comfortably. And to me, it's even more important to do walking comfortably. Like, I'm going to show you my outfit really quick. I am super comfortable. For me, comfort comes above all else. I will take that any day over like trying to look cute or anything like that. Like, to me, I want to be comfortable first and foremost. There's nothing like it. So as part of this little walk I'm doing, I'm actually testing out these shoes that I just bought. I was long overdue for some shoes anyway. I needed tennis shoes, but I decided to go with some shoes that I could use for many purposes. So I ended up getting like these hiking tennis shoe hybrid things. So I'm like, that's part of my testing out because I have had some crazy injuries, awkward injuries in the past like year or two, and then re-injuring some injured parts. So I've really been trying to experiment with the types of shoes that I'm wearing because really, like, I found that like if the foundation isn't right, if like my feet aren't proper, like if I'm not getting the support there, that's already throwing off and like kind of emphasizing an injury that I feel. So I'm trying to be very aware of the kind of like I just never thought before. Good morning. I never thought about the importance of the type of shoe and how that might play into like making my injury worse. So that's what I'm doing. You know, something that I've realized, whether I'm like waiting in a line or there's like a quiet moment, I've realized that I have a really bad habit of like grabbing my phone and hopping on social media lately. And like really for me, like I actually end up more on the politics side of things, which is already its own probably unhealthy thing to do. But also like for me, what do I gain from doing that every single time I have a free moment? If I'm standing in a line at the store or whatever the case may be, just a free moment where I'm waiting for something, waiting for my computer to load up or whatever. Why am I using that free moment, that spare moment, to just fill my head with so much other stuff and not really using that time to like somehow advance my time? So like what I have now on my phone, I downloaded some apps just to like for like language learning and things like that. I do really want to know more than one language, which unfortunately I only know my one and then like some tourist phrases in other languages. But I want to make my time count. So even just by downloading, like I downloaded like the Duolingo app, and I'm trying to like, when I have that free moment, when it's my instinct to just pick up my phone and just look at my phone for whatever reason I'm looking at my phone for, that like I'll get into the habit of using that time to learn something, to actually take in something that's going to be valuable down the line. I love the idea of learning language. And the sucky part is because I haven't fully learned one yet, I don't know what method works for me. And I really want to learn how I learn language. I know how I learn in other areas from college and whatnot. I know what ways, like what study methods work for me and all of that. But I really want to get to understand, like, because I'm so in my head, I feel like language learning is so overwhelming for me sometimes. Because I'm like, I get so into my head. It's like, But I feel like as I grow, as I learn this, I feel like I'd probably be one of those that does better with immersion, which obviously would be ideal. And if I could travel and if I had money like that, I would just go to some of these places where I want to learn the language. I have languages that I want to learn because they're just beautiful languages. I would say, like, I love Italian and I love French. Those are like, they're fun to speak. They're fun to hear. I love those languages. Like, just the way they roll, like Italian, especially like the way it rolls off the tongue. Like, I love that. I love, I love the French language. It just sounds awesome. But those are not, for me, like, there's languages that I know I need to learn before I would even try to commit those to like a big thing. So once I've learned key languages that I need to know, I want to move towards learning those as well. But I've realized it's not just about having the app on the phone, like, available. It's about making it even more accessible. So, like, as in when I open my phone, is it the first app that I can click? Is it right there? Or do I have to swipe over? The more obstacles I feel that I put in between me and what I'm trying to accomplish, the less likely I am to actually accomplish it. So, this is muddy. Ooh, thank goodness I got these shoes. This is like all those times playing hopscotch in school really prepared me for that. But anyway, I find that, like, if you make it a lot more accessible, you're more likely to actually sustain it, which is, I think, ideal. So that's something that I'm trying to, like, work on and add to, like, kind of just changing life around to actually accomplish something versus just coasting through. I want to thank you for joining me as I'm just doing this random walking and talking and just kind of appreciating fall, but bringing you along with me for this. Yes, I will be back next week with another random episode. As you can see, this one's pretty darn random, but a lot of this is just right now, just trying to enjoy this fall. So I think I'm going to have more walk and talks. Plus, I like videos that are on the go. I like that. For me, I'm a very restless person, and just sitting down, first of all, is not something I like to do. Or if I am, I usually like to do two things at once. So even if I'm watching something, if I'm watching like a TV show or something like that, for me, I have to be doing something else. Like lately, I've been really into these, been really working on a lot of like puzzles, just like kind of stimulate the brain, warm up the brain. And so I've been like really doing that. So I really try to, I've been trying to I'm so used to doing, two things at once. So that's just part of my routine, but I'm losing track, I'm losing breath, and all that stuff. And almost done with this in the woods walk right now.